Hey everyone, it's been a while. Hope you enjoyed your holiday season and are ready to get back to studying. I'm Ola Янкова, a senior teacher in Green Forest, and I'm here to teach you something new during our online video lesson, which is brought to you by Green Forest and our interactive platform. Today, we're going to discuss passive voice. There are a couple of things to do in order to participate. Open the link of the lesson in a new tab, come back to this video and keep watching it. I'll give you some grammar explanations and then we'll help you go through some practice tasks and explain the toughest moments in them. It will take you about 30 minutes. By the way, have you subscribed to our channel yet? Make sure you do and let's get started. Today we're going to discuss passive voice. This lesson is for students of A2 to B1 level who either don't know what passive voice is or are confused how and when to use it. We'll start with a grammar chart and explanation, then we'll continue with 3 interactive practice tasks. Each task we will complete during this class has 3 buttons at the end: check, show answers, reset. When you press check button, you will see if your answers are right or wrong. When you press show answers button, you will see the correct answers. Press it again to go back to your answers. When you press reset button, all your answers will disappear and you will be able to do the task once again. In English, we've got 2 voices, the active voice and the passive voice. All the sentences that you learn from the very beginning of your English language adventure are in the active voice. It means that there's a doer of the action and the doer is our main focus. For example, the teacher usually explains you some grammar rules. Here we know the doer, the teacher, and we know the action, explains. The doer does the action in such sentences. We've got a standard word order here, subject plus verb plus object. What about the passive voice? The word order is pretty standard as well. But in this case, the action is our main focus. So in these sentences, we don't start with who does the action, but with what is done. Remember our sentence, the teacher tells you some grammar rules. Who is the teacher, but what is some grammar rules? It's an object in the active voice, but the subject in the passive voice. Some grammar rules are explained by the teacher. If you look at the sentence, you'll see how we form a passive voice sentence. We start with the subject, grammar rules, plus the verb to be, plus past participle of the verb, and if we know the doer of the action, we can add by plus the object, by the teacher. To be plus past participle is what tells us that the sentence is passive. The verb to be changes according to the tense that we use. So it's going to be am, is, are when we use present simple and was, were when we use past simple. Why do we use passive voice? There are 2 most common cases. When it's not important who or what is performing the action, but the action itself is important. For example, they produced most gadgets in Asia. We don't know who does it and we don't really care about it. That's why the sentence sounds better in passive. Let's transform it. We need to find what in the active voice sentence. Most gadgets. The sentence is in present simple. Gadgets are plural, so we will use are plus past participle of produced, plus in Asia. So most gadgets are produced in Asia. The second case is when we don't know who does or did the action, so we literally can start the sentence with a doer. For example, someone stole my sister's bike yesterday. We don't know who it was, or we would call the police for sure. Let's turn the sentence into passive voice. We'll start with what, my sister's bike. The sentence is in past simple, so we'll use was and past participle of steal, stolen, plus yesterday. We don't need to add someone here because this gives us 0 useful information. So, my sister's bike was stolen yesterday. Now, in some cases, we actually know the doer. The person is less important than in the action though, but we still want to mention them. In such cases, we use preposition by to mention this person. This house was built by my grandfather. Of course, we can use passive voice in affirmative and negative sentences and questions. Pay attention. We can't make a sentence passive if there is no object in the active voice sentence. For example, I left at 5. There is a subject and a verb in the sentence, but there is no object, so there can be no passive voice. The guests arrived. Again, we have a subject and a verb, but there is no object, so passive voice is impossible here as well. Please take a couple of minutes to study the sentence structures in present and past simple below before we move on to task 1. Task 1. In this task, you need to create passive voice sentences using the phrases you see. For example, volleyball, play, at the beach. Most likely, we talk about general truths here, so the sentence will be in present simple. So, volleyball is played at the beach. Now, your turn. Pay attention that in some cases you will need to use past simple. Try to figure out the tense based on the context. Do you think it's a sentence about some general information or about past events? You have 7 minutes to complete this task. Press check once you're done. Let's check out sentence 3. Why do you use past simple here? Because Kevin and Mike came up with an idea of Instagram in the past and not right now. What about sentence 5? We have past simple here because we talk about a specific pencil case that someone ordered online, but not about ordering pencil cases in general. Moving on to task 2. Task 2. In this task, you can see 3 different options to complete the sentence. Choose the correct one. For example, 15 computers were sold, was sold, or were sold last week. Sold is wrong, so we can't choose this option. Now, computers are plural, so we'll go for were. The correct option is were sold in this case. Now your turn. You have about 5 minutes to complete this task. Check yourselves when done. If you're done, let's look at number 4. The Hunger Games was written or were written? What do you think? Even though we have games, plural here, it's a name of a book. One book, so we'll say was written. Great job, and let's go on to task 3. Task 3. This task is a bit trickier than the other ones. Over here, we need to first decide if the sentence is active or passive, and then open the brackets. Look at the example sentence, please. We need to use the film watch. We have by the kids in the sentence, so it tells us we need to use passive form of the verb. Also, let's ask ourselves, can the film watch anything? Definitely not. So it has to be the passive voice. Was the film watched by the kids? Let's have about 7 minutes for this task. Please don't check the task when you finish. Let's check out number 5. Launched or was launched? Obviously, Facebook is a social media platform that cannot launch anything by itself. So we'll say was launched. What about sentence 2? Do you ask or are you asked? Usually, we ask questions by ourselves. But in this case, we have by your boss. So it means that your boss asks the questions, not you. The answer is, are you asked? Now, if you look at sentence 3, you'll see that's where you ask questions, so it'll be in active voice. So all the tasks are finished for today. Proud of you. Do you still think passive voice is hard? Got any additional questions? Write them in the comments below. Also, let us know if you'd like to practice some other topics with our video lessons. By the way, don't forget to check out all the previous lessons on our YouTube channel, which I'm sure you have already subscribed to at the beginning of our class, right? Click the bell button not to miss loads of cool videos on learning English. And remember that this short lesson is just a small part of all the English knowledge you can get with our interactive course book Notes by Green Forest during online lessons in Green Forest School of English. You can find all the details in the comment pinned below. Thank you guys, take care and see you soon.